I'm gonna mute.
And I'm gonna mute you folks, okay?
Good.
All right. We're actually gonna start standing and do a couple roll downs to get our spines warmed up. So let's see here. My head might be cut off, but you'll get the idea, right? Okay. Standing at the edge of your mat, stand with your feet about hip width apart. Take a nice breath, reach the arms up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, start with the chin nod, the head goes, then the shoulders, then the thoracic spine, all the way down. You can soften your knees if you need to, hanging at the bottom, kind of shake it out a little bit. And then draw that belly button up and in as you start your roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Getting the head to come up last. And let's take that one more time. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, diving it down, stretching the spine. Take your time. Pause at the bottom. And from here, we're going to walk our hands out, soften your knees, and we're going to come to all fours. So place the hands right under your shoulders and knees right under your hips here. Starting in a tabletop back, we'll do some cat stretching. So inhale first with the flat back. Exhale into cat. Inhale, return to neutral. And then exhale, cat. And one more time. Inhale to neutral. And exhale to cat. Come back to your neutral. Take your right arm and left leg and reach it out on opposite sides. I'm doing a spinal balance here. And bring it in on your exhale. Take left arm, right leg. Extend out at the same time. Reach on the inhale. Balance for a second. And bring it back in. Take it back to your first side. Right arm and left leg. Reach. Stay right here. Make sure the back is flat. Long spine. Take the hand and toe, tap it down to the floor and reach it up. 3 more. And down and up. And 2. And lift. 1 more. Down and lift. Bring it in. And let's take the other side. Left arm, right leg, extend out. And tap it down. Lift up and down and up and down and up and down and up. Bring the hand and knee in and take a seat and swing your legs around to in front of you. And this is where we're going to grab the ball for right now. And we're going to place the ball between our knees. Okay. And for you, Jim, if you want to put the ring, if it's small enough, you can put it between your knees, or you don't have to use the prop at all, okay? So it is optional. Prop is optional. So we're kind of activating those inner thighs here. Hands can be here or out in front. We're going to do a half roll down. Start sitting tall and start your roll down with the pelvic scooping under. Go about halfway. Take a breath. Shoulders are down. And then bring yourself up on your inhale. So you rise up and grow as you inhale. Exhale. Tailbone scoots back. Roll back. Hold here for a breath. And then inhale, draw it back up, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take it one more. Rolling down, exhale, tailbone scoops. And inhale, sit up nice and tall. We're going to take it back again, but we're going to hold it here. We're going to reach your arms to the right. Now, little pulse up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself back to center. Reach your arms to the left. Tiny little pulses for 8. Keep scooping the pelvis. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. If you need to use your hands or roll yourself up and sit up nice and tall. And take the ball out from between your knees or the ring. Either way, you're going to hold that prop. Knees are going to be bent. We'll do the same thing, but now we're going to add some arms with our roll back. Exhale, tailbone scoops back, curving that spine. Stay here. Now raise the arms up. Inhale and exhale. One more here. Inhale and exhale. Sit up and roll up on your inhale. We'll take that again. This time 4 repetitions while we're back there. Exhale, roll it back. Keep scooping the pelvis, shoulders down. Reach up on your inhale. And exhale. And 2. Keep scooping. And 3. And 1 more here. Sit up nice and tall on the inhale. Take a breath. Let's do one last set. Exhale, roll it back. Reach up. And 2, 3, 4, 2 more, 5, 6. Inhale and sit up nice and tall. Take your legs out, go ahead and just stretch over to stretch it out. Okay. Walk your feet in and make sure you have room behind you. You're gonna roll down all the way onto your backs. Just keep that ball or ring handy for yourself. And exhale, rolling down through the spine. And pause at the bottom. Let's walk the feet in. We'll do some, we'll start with some articulating bridging. So that's making sure you're working through the spine, arms to the side, and ankles are lined up pretty close under your knees if you can. If you have knee issues, the feet can be slightly more away to lessen the angle of your knee bend. Okay. So here we go, tailbone scoops under, pelvis tilt, and then we lift up into that bridge, 1 vertebrae at a time. Pause at the top, take a breath, and exhale as you drip your spine down onto that mat. Pause at the bottom, return to neutral pelvis so that you can take it into that scoop again, pelvis tilt, roll up spine through the spinal journey there. And then exhale, lowering back down 1 vertebrae at a time. Pause at the bottom. Okay, let's do 1 more, just making sure our glutes are nice and active and our spine is nice and warmed up. Take a breath. And exhale and lower all the way down. Good. Take your ball or your ring, whichever one you have or you prefer, and place it between your knees. Okay. We're gonna go back to the bridging. We're gonna add for some nice inner thigh activity here. So we'll do some neutral bridges from here on out, which means you're just gonna lift all the way up in one piece. We're gonna stay here, really planting the feet firmly into the mat. And now we're just gonna squeeze that ball, squeeze your ring in. If you have a block, you just kind of activate a little squeeze there. So you get those inner thighs working, and in, and 2, 3, 4. If you have a ring, make sure it's in a comfortable place in those thighs, above the knee joints, so you're not hurting the knees. And again, last 8, 7, 6, pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the whole pelvis and spine down in one piece into neutral. And pause. Good. Take the ring or the ball out. So Jim, since you have a ring, you could try to use the tennis ball. We're going to use the ball in 1 foot because I did bring a little sample. I got one of my pet's toys that I could use as well. Okay, so you could just use 1 foot, okay? Or you could use the ball. We're gonna have 1 foot on the ball while we're doing bridge, or a block, okay? I'll show the block on this one, and then I'll show a ball on the other side. So your ball, you're gonna put 1 foot on the ball, other foot's on the floor. So we're basically doing just a 1 elevated, we're still doing bridging, and we're still gonna just lift in neutral. So notice if you have the ball, you're gonna be unstable. We're gonna lift up, pause, and lower down into neutral. Take it again, lift it up, press the hips, push that foot down into the ball. Feel that hamstring working and lower, especially that leg that's a little higher. And 2 more, lift up and lower down. One more on this side, lifting up, neutral lift. Pelvis is lifted as much as you can, and then lower back down. Maybe you felt that in that nice hamstring, give it a little hug. And then either roll or slide your ball or your block. I will do the ball on the other side just so you can see. Okay. So I have one foot on the ball, one foot on the floor. Arms to the side, really pressing the palms into your mat. Lift into neutral, lift, pause. And then exhale, lower down. And again, lift, pause. And lower back down. Two more on this side. Lift and pause. And lower back down. Last one, lift and pause. And lower back down. Good. Okay. Taking that ball or the ring, and we're going to place it back between your knees. I'll show with the ring this time. And we'll be on our backs, and we'll bring the legs up to a tabletop position. Okay. My thighs are right over my hips. My lower legs are parallel to the floor. Taking a nice inhale, we're just going to lower the legs down slightly. Make sure your back doesn't come off the mat. Stay in neutral. And then exhale, return to that tabletop. So of course, we got some activation of the inner thighs going on here, right? And then exhale, working those deep transverse abdominals with that nice exhale when you pull the legs back in. You also got those hip flexors and lower rectus abdominis working. Inhale as you lower. If you can't touch the floor, that's okay. Only go as far as you can go without that back hyperextending or coming off the mat. And one last one. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Good. Take that out and place it between your ankles. Again, ball or ring. Or you don't have to use a prop at all. We're getting into the hundreds. Option to do the hundreds with the legs and tabletop as well, like you just were. You could stay there or take the legs straight up. Okay. Arms to the side. Inhale before we start. Exhale, trunk curl up. And here we go. Inhale for 5 counts. And exhale for 5 counts. So we're pulsing those arms nice and strong. Inhale for 5. And exhale for 5. Good. Inhale for 5. Looking to your legs. Exhale for 5. Belly collapses on that exhale. Keep squeezing that ball or the ring. Or if you're not using a prop, just squeeze those heels together. Two more sets. One more set. And release the head and neck. Take that prop out from between those ankles and just set it to the side. Good. We are going to take one roll up to come up to a seated position. Okay. Arms and legs extended, or you could do knees bent version. Okay. So we inhale, we start with the fingertips reaching, head lifts on that inhale. Continue exhaling as you come all the way up. Your knees are bent, you can extend, and then reach it forward, rounding the spine, and then sitting up nice and tall. Good. So I said you get a little, you can use the ball or the rolled, for you, Jim, you're gonna use your rolled towel, okay? You're gonna place it in that lower back area. We're gonna do some more abdominal work before we get into the abdominal series with the prop, okay? So if you're using a towel, we just go here, kind of bracing that lower back area. And if you are using a ball, same thing, you're gonna kind of squish it between the mat and your lower back there, okay? So we're gonna make sure that pelvis is tilted. We're kind of curled back onto that ball a little bit. Make sure it's really under the lower back and not up on the upper spine for this one, okay? Arms can be either across the chest or forward. We're gonna do some pulses here. We're just gonna pulse. 1, 2. Now, as you come up from the pulse, I want you to continue to curl and keep pulling those abdominals in. So you keep having to breathe and activate that powerhouse. And pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to reach to a righty hand like we did in the warm-up, but now we have this ball hopefully supporting your lower back, but also be encouraging that curl in the pelvis. Pulse, 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 pulse. 2 more here, pulse and pulse. Reach to your left side. We have 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to center, bring yourself all the way up, and let's take that prop out from underneath and come down. Place so now we're going to go back to the ball or the ring, whichever one you have, and we're going to roll down onto our backs, close to the wall, and we're going to do parts of the abdominal series with a prop, and we will pause in between each exercise, okay? So we'll start with double leg stretch. So we're going to have the ball or the ring just in your hands. Bring the legs up tabletop one at a time. And then take yourself into a trunk curl. Rolling it up, exhale. Okay, so now on the inhale, we're going to reach the arms come beside those ears, legs can extend out. Exhale and draw it back in. Now you can opt to just do the arms, which is just challenging enough, or the head can go down and you can just do your legs. Couple more here. Inhale and exhale when you come back in. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Rest your head and lower the legs for a moment. We're going to come back to that tabletop position while we have the ball or the ring, whatever prop you're using, or you don't have to use a prop. Come back up to tabletop. So instead of doing crisscross with those arms behind the head, we're going to take the ball side to side, making this arcing motion, kind of like a rainbow over the top of your midline, your waistline. The legs will still do the bicycle action, just like they normally do. So trunk curl, roll it up. And now I'm going to bring my right knee in and twist to my right. And then I'm going to switch, twist to my left, and switch. So you're going towards that knee that is coming in. Still arcing that ball or prop over, up and over like a rainbow. Breathing. 4 more, and 4, and 3, 2, and 1, and rest the head, rest the legs. Good. 1 more exercise from the abdominal series, taking that ball or ring or no prop, whatever you have, place it between those ankles. You could do heels together if you have no prop, and taking the double straight leg stretch. This one, the hands do go behind the head. Elbows are wide, hands by your fingertips. Exhale, trunk curl up. And now lower the legs. Inhale, lower. Exhale, come in. You could also do this in tabletop, similar to what we did in the warm-up. So this would be another option here. Okay, make sure again you're protecting that lower back. Last 4. See how my elbows are wide. 2. Last one. And rest the head. Take the prop out. And then take the arms and legs. Stretch it out as you need to here. Or if you prefer, you can give your knees a nice hug into your chest. Stretching maybe that lower back for yourself. Good. Okay. Single leg circle. So options to use a prop on this one. Of course, you don't have to. This is based off the classic mat Pilates. A couple options. You can hold the ball. And this what it does, it takes kind of that stability away that we use so much with our arms. Okay. This knee could be bent or it could be straight. We're working on pelvic stability here and mobility in that circling leg. An advanced version would be to take the ball, if you have a ball, or a block would work, okay? And you actually put your heel of the extended leg on the ball, and you're just trying to stabilize that ball while you're circling the leg, okay? So those are a couple options you could do. I'll start here since my foot's already there, and then I'll kind of switch that maybe on the other side, holding that ball, or a ring, okay? So take one leg up to the ceiling. If you have tight hamstrings, you can soften that knee. We're thinking about circling in that hip socket. Inhale to start your circle, and exhale to pause. Finish it and take it again. Inhale and exhale. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Pause, go the other direction. Same leg. Inhale and exhale. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. And give that knee a little hug, give a little extra stretch in that hip flexor. And let's switch to the other side. The second side, I'm going to show holding the ball as an option. Okay, bottom leg can be extended or bent. Other leg reaches to the ceiling. And here we go. Inhale, start your circle. Exhale and finish. And 2, so I'm trying to really stabilize my pelvis here. And 3, really using that core. And 5. And my circle's a little smaller on this side because I got the wall to contend with. So hopefully you have a sufficient enough room to circle that leg. Reverse the other way. Inhale and exhale. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. Go ahead and put your prop down if you need to. And give that knee a little hug to your chest. And either both knees are bent or both legs extended. Again, picking a roll up just to come up to a seated position. So my fingertips reach, my head lifts on that inhale. Then I start my exhale, curling at the trunk, and then I reach it over, rounding my spine at the top. And then unwind and sit up nice and tall. Okay. All right. Sitting with the legs about hip width apart, slightly wider, maybe about the width of your mat is a good kind of indication. Grab whatever prop you have, so it doesn't matter. Okay. And you're just going to hold it in front of you. Okay. Sit up tall, so you should feel your sit bones, which are right under your glutes there. Back is flat as a board. We're going to do spine twists. So we're going to do 2 little pulses. We're going to pulse, pulse, and then center. So inhale, and then exhale, center. We're going to do 2 different types of breathing. So we're going to inhale, twist on this first set. Exhale, center. Inhale, twist. Exhale, center. One more with this breath pattern. Sit up tall, last one. Pulse, pulse. Center. Inhale first. Exhale to twist. Inhale, center. 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 One more time. Check on that back. Make sure it's lengthened. Last one. Exhale and center. And then go ahead and place that down. Good. Taking a balance exercise. Holding on underneath your thighs. Knees are going to be bent. We're going to kind of shift our weight back a little bit onto kind of between the, kind of onto that sacrum area a little bit. Off the tailbone though. And then I'm going to bring my legs up to tabletop. Option to still hold on to those legs. Find your balance. Keep scooping the abdominals. But find a length through the spine as well. When or if you feel ready, you can let go and try to balance here without holding your legs. Breathing. So we're working the whole powerhouse here, not just your abdominals. Powerhouse includes the back muscles, the hips, the pelvis area, Okay? All that whole rectangular part of your center of your body. One more breath. Grab a hold of those legs, bring your feet down, and let's stretch it out. Go ahead, extend those legs out and reach forward as far as you can. All right. Let's come onto all fours. We'll do a little bit of plank. If you do have wrist issues, you can definitely do all this on your forearms. Okay, so if you choose that, that's fine. Just make sure the elbow is lined up right under your shoulder. If you're out on your hands, your wrist is under your shoulder. We'll go ahead into a plank right away. So tuck one toe under behind, other one hips meet it. Okay. Just find that length through the spine. And now rocking forward and back on those toes. Forward and back. Or you can just hold. This is a modified version. You can stay here as long as those hips are forward. So those are options for anybody. Might be watching this later. Good. And then bring those knees in one at a time. And child's pose or cat back. Just to rest in between sets. We're going to do one more set in which we're going to add the leg pull. All right, come back up to all fours or wherever you are. If you're on your elbows, great. Find your plank again. Okay. Always option to just hold or even here. This is also very good as long as your shoulders are right over your wrist. Here we go with a leg lift, pulse, pulse, and down. So I'm reaching my heel to the ceiling. It's a small lift. It's not huge. Pulse, pulse, because we don't want the hips to lift. Pulse, pulse, and change. Pulse, pulse, change. Pulse, pulse. One more set each side. Pulse, pulse. Down, one more. And down. Knees come in. And again, your choice, child's pose or cat back stretch. And circle out those wrists as well. And let's come to our sides. Again, option either with the ring or the ball for these. I won't do a whole lot of sideline. I know my workouts last week had a lot of leg work, so we're just going to kind of focus a little more on the inner thighs. We'll start here, and for now you don't need the ball for a second. Hips are stacked, and hand either here or here. You can be up on your elbow, or you can be completely flat. As long as that waistline is lifted to maintain the stacked hips and to keep the abdominals active. So you can see me here. Okay. So starting with leg front and back. So inhale, pulse, pulse front, and reach it back. Now we're only doing 3 of these exercises. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. Inhale, exhale, and 2, and 3. Here we go. Leg directly to the side, taking it up, and then flexing your lower down. Inhale up. Now, if you get cramps in your feet, you can opt to just keep the foot in neutral, or you can add that point and flex, getting a little more ankle work. And inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. Keep that waistline lifted. 2 more. 1 more. Small circles of the leg. Draw a circle about the size of a dinner plate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. You can bring your leg over if you just want to give it a little rest. We are going to either use the ring or the ball. I'll use the ball on this side. I'll use the ring on the other side. You will have to come up to a seated position a little bit just so you get the ball in place, or the ring. Place it where it's comfortable, especially with the ring. Make sure it's in some Good spots around the ankle area. And we're gonna go all the way flat for this one. So lower yourself all the way down. Let your head rest on that bottom arm. Ball is nice and squeezed. Legs are to the side or slightly on a diagonal, just to take that pressure off that hip bone, especially for my ladies out there. So both legs are lifting up and down, and lift up and down, lift up and down, lift up and down, up and down, up and down. 4 more. 4 and 3, 2, 1. Keep the ball where it is. Prop yourself up on back to your elbow. Bring your legs more on a diagonal and shift your weight back onto your hips. I'm going to show 2 versions for this one. One version is we're just going to bring the knees in and extend them out. Other version is diagonal up and diagonal down. We have 8 repetitions, so choose which one you want. Here we go, and 1. I'll show both. I'll kind of do alternating. And 2. And 3. Your choice. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. Last one, 8. Those are the 2 versions. Okay. So let's go to the other side. We won't need the ball for those first 3 or your ring, so just put it to the side. And I'm going to use the ring as a demonstration on the second side. So we started on our sides, stacking those hips. So your legs should be the same length, hopefully. As long as you anatomically already have one leg that's maybe longer than the other, which most some of us do. Hips are the elbows right under your shoulder, and either here or here. Here we go. Kick it front, pulse, pulse, and reach it back, pulse, pulse. So we're going the kicks front, back. Inhale and exhale. Feel that back side of your body, the glutes and the hamstrings working a little bit when you go back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. And exhale. Bring the leg directly to your side for up and down. Reach it up and flex and lower down. Inhale up, exhale down. And 3. And 4. And 5. 6. 7. We did 10 on the other side. 8. 2 more here. 9. And 10. Small leg circles. Circle 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax that leg for a moment. And you're going to grab your prop, or you don't have to have a prop. Placing the ball or the ring, whatever you may have. You can even use a block on this one too, just something to squeeze between your legs. The first set starts completely flat. You're lowered all the way down. My head is resting on my arm, and hand can be on here for a mat for support. Here we go, lifting up to the side, up and down, and lift, and lower, lift, and lower, lift, lower, and up, and down, and 4 more, and 3, 2, 1, and pause. Bring yourself back up to your elbow. Bring the legs slightly more on the diagonal in front of you. Kind of shift your hips, weight back onto your hip a little bit, onto that glute. Now, knees can come in and out for 8, or legs can lift up for 8. This is 2, 3, 4. You choose which option you want. 5, I'm just doing alternating or whatever. 6, 2 more, 7, and last one, 8, and rest. Take that out. We'll do just a little stretch here before we move on. Almost done, I guess. Legs out to the side. Sitting up, walk those hands forward in the center and just hold for a few breaths. Opening the hips, releasing the inner thighs a little bit, relaxing into it. And bring yourself back up. Good. We'll go on to our stomachs, kind of finishing up, get your props out of the way, finishing up with some back extension, working our spine there in that direction. So all the way down. We'll start with just some little, actually let's go spinal balance first into swimming. If you have tight shoulders, you can have goalpost arms, which would be here, okay? So opposite arm and leg, just like we did kneeling and quadruped. Right arm and left leg will lift. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Left arm, right leg, inhale, lift. And my neck stays long. One more slow to each side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Take it up and hold it here. Right arm, left leg, you're staying. Now try to stay lifted and keep switching sides. Here's your goalpost arm idea. Okay, if you have tight shoulders, you could also just do the legs and have your head down. And breathing. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. And relax. Bring your hands by your shoulders. Okay. Taking just a mini swan. Okay, so make sure the glutes are squeezed. We're going to keep the legs down and connected to your mat. Use those hands to support yourself. Take an inhale, lifting the head. Nose is kind of like sliding up that wall. A little press. And then exhale. Belly button pulls up and in as you lower down. Let's just take two more. Now, if you only come to here, that's excellent. It's still working and activating the muscles around the spine. Exhale, lower. And last one, glutes are still squeezed, right? Inhale, anchoring that pelvis. And exhale, lower back down. Go ahead and use those hands to push yourself back up. Child's pose or cat back. If you have knee issues, stick with just the cat back. If you're able to flex your knees and get into that deep stretch into that child's pose, go for it, or rest position they call it too. And bring yourself up. Come have a seat. Sit how you feel comfortable. It could be diamond shape. It could be legs out in front. You can do cross legs, whichever works for you. Okay. Lateral stretch. Take it up and over to your right or left, whichever way you're going first. Think of that arm reaching over your head like someone's pulling on those fingertips, separating through the rib cage, and bring it up. Let's take the other side, reach up and over. And lengthen to sit up. If you're able, take your hands behind your back and take H-chest expansion. If you're not able to clasp your hands, just reach them back there, getting just an opening through your pecs. And relax the arms to the side, let them hang heavy, and just half head circle just to the front. Down and around, and reverse it back the other way. Head is heavy. Feel that stretch all through the traps and through the scaling through your neck. And last one. And bring the head up. Let it be stacked on top of your spine, sitting tall. Take a full breath or reach it up on your inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Stay tall low through the spine. Belly button pulls in. One more nice full breath. And exhale. Well, you made it. Good for being here. I'm going to unmute you and pause the recording.